Okay. So what's the term that you use for external projects? You talk
Customer project.
Customer project.
Customer project.
But you have the term. Your book is called Project Business Management.
Yeah. The reason is when I started writing the book, the idea was to look at that from the contractor side because no one has done that before by the time. Meanwhile, there are 2 books looking at that. I think mine is still the better one. Sorry, Ian. If you see this video.
Hi, Ian.
But I noticed I'm talking about an interface. And if you want to understand an interface, and it begins with understanding. Before you can give people some recommendations, you have to understand the situation. Yeah. Otherwise, people are not prepared for that. So I noticed when I want to talk about the interface, I have to look at that from 2 sides. One side is the contractor side. Then I found out we have another shortage in the other direction. In Germany, we have an old term that's called extended workbench. It comes from automotive industry. Yep. What it means is I work as a I work as a production manager, first of all, at a company like Volkswagen, BMW, Mercedes, and so on. And the normal process is to make things by ourselves. Yeah. Sometimes the production manager may say, or some other manager in the organization may say, hey, we have to buy this from outside the organization from several reasons. Yeah, maybe cost, or we don't have the know-how and the knowledge to do that, and so on. So what they would have to do is to justify that they buy it from outside. Why should we buy it from outside? This is value creation.
Buy instead of make. Yeah.
Exactly, that's the topic. Yeah. Make or buy decision. And so they would normally go for making because they want to keep the business in the house.
They have to justify their own resources.
And they have need a justification to buy instead. Yeah. Today, if you look at production in, for example, automotive, it goes the opposite direction. Today, if you want to make it inside the own organization, you have to justify that. The normal way is there are so many contractors out there.
OEMs.
They are so
original
capable,
equipment manufacturers.
And they are so affordable and so on. Why do you want to put a burden on the own organization?
Why make your own keys if you can buy them from... Exactly. By the way, Austrian company, very famous, Magna, is specialized on that. Yeah.
Magna is an example for that. Yes, exactly. And so they have then... They call it supply chains. I would call it supply networks because it's not just orderly chains. It's very confused, at least in project management. And then I noticed we have the same problem. This situation where you have networks of contractors, this situation is not described in our literature. The PMBOK guide still, between the lines, assumes that procurement is more an exceptional situation. We have to justify it. Yeah, it is not. It was the last process, last knowledge area over 20 years or so. Then another one was put after that, stakeholder. But it's still at the end. It's not at the beginning. So
and it's something that a lot of project managers have a hard time dealing with because they're not involved.
Now, let me give you an example. My daughter, we talked at the car today about my daughter. She's trainer too, very much in agile methods and team building and these things. She's in she does training.
Give her a shout out. What's her name?
Antje Lehmann-Benz.
Look her up.
If you need a
LinkedIn.
very good, not good, very, very good agile trainer, Antje is the best you can find. Yeah.
But still, Waterfall's better. Just kidding.
No.
Just kidding.
She trains the screwdriver. If you have a screw in front of you, please. Yeah, otherwise you're screwed. Okay. No, but she told me she was in an automotive company and she had some managers and trained these managers in team building 2 days and motivation and inspiration, all these things. And at the end, they approached her and said, Antje, this is all so interesting what you're telling us. But this is not what we are doing. We work almost exclusively with contractors and it's their job to do that. Our job is to have contracts with them to make sure that they deliver the right thing at the right time, that payments are going right, and so on. Yeah, we have nothing to do with the people working here.
Can I give you some feedback? Because
yes.
I'm having, my eyes are opening. I was preparing for this, and I was convinced I know exactly what we're talking about, and we are talking about the same thing. When you talked about external projects, I thought of companies like SAP. They have external projects. I think of Siemens, 362 3,621 projects worldwide delivering, I don't know, generators,
Customer projects.
So that's what I was thinking about. But what you're talking about is actually a middle area, which makes total sense, because when VW makes a new production line, that's an internal project. But the very fact that they have so many external vendors makes it actually a classical business.
On the other side, it's project business. From the other side.
So you're not just talking about external projects in the sense of I'm delivering external to a client who's paying me money to deliver a scope, but also if I have a complex program or project for new product development and I have 25, 30 different interfaces.
Let's talk about programs.